Well guys, what I have here is a PC that I should have bought for 450 euros, but when the guy brought it in, it was dramatically overheating. So I told him, look, no issues, I do this for a job, it's fine, just give me 20 bucks off, I'll take it off your hands. And so for 430 bucks, I got it. However, it was extremely slow to start, it is dramatically overheating, and it has a massive bottleneck in it. So I say today we go ahead and fix every one of these issues, well, except for the very slow to start one, because I might have already formatted it, but all the rest, let's go ahead and try and fix. But first, subscribe guys, please, and drop a like. Let's go. Okay, so here we are inspecting the PC, right? So we are gonna use hardware monitor and Prime 95, small FFT, right there. We just started, we go over here and we take a look at temperature, and as you can see, we're going straight up to throttling in this poor Ryzen 5 3600. Now you might be wondering, why is this happening? It has 3 fans on the front. Well, it's because the fans on the back are flipped. So these fans are pushing here, those fans are pushing there. So yeah, crazy. And also it's very dusty. So let's get talking about the build again and what we're gonna do to it. Okay, so now that we've seen the very bad behavior and I've illustrated you why that's happening, which is very fun. I've never seen a radiator mounted so bad, with the fans just pushing air one against each other. I don't know who built this. Well, it was a shop in Italy, a very reputable shop in Italy, and the guy paid good money for this PC, so don't trust who sells you your PC. Build it yourself, I have plenty of videos. But anyways, what are the specs aside from the poor Ryzen 5 3600 that's dying? Well, we have an RTX 3070 Twin Edge from Zotac, the white one. They're not too bad, not the best cards, but not too bad. Then we have a deep cool 240mm water cool. We have this XPG Spectrix RAM, which is actually not very popular here in Italy, and I'm very happy to have. And we have the Sharkoon TG5, I think, case with a ton of RGB fans, half a terabyte of NVMe, and a very nice but chill Cooler Master 650 watts 80 plus bronze power supply. So how are we gonna fix this PC and turn a profit? Well, this is an indication. So what I have here is a Ryzen 5 5600X that I picked up in a deals hunt, which will be on the channel soon, or maybe it is already on the channel. I will put it here. Anyways, paid 100 bucks for it. And then we have this, an RTX 3060 triple fan wind force from Gigabyte, which I paid just 190 bucks for. Now you might be wondering, sure, you're swapping the CPU because the Ryzen 5 3600 is bad, but this one is gonna be perfect for a 3070. So why are you swapping it? Well, simply math. So if we take the original price, 430 bucks, and we swap the GPU, and we attribute a nominal value to the GPU we take out of 250 bucks, which is what I pay for 3070s, and add this 190 right there, we are basically reducing the price of the build to just 370 bucks. We can then use the GPU in another build or sell it, sure. Then we are adding 100 bucks, so we are going at 470 bucks. So we are basically using the budget we recouped to spend in this one, if it makes sense. And we're going at 470. And we are not gonna spend a single extra dollar in the build, and it's gonna be perfectly ready for 1080p. Now sure, the CPU is a bit stronger than the GPU, but this allows the guy who will buy the PC in the end to maybe go ahead and do a nice upgrade in the future. I think it's gonna be the best balanced way, but yes, we could have kept the 3070 and made it simple. So yeah, I say we go ahead and dismount everything and try to fix it. Now before we can go ahead and put this very nice Ryzen 5 5600X in the PC, we have to update the BIOS because the motherboard is not outright compatible. So to do that, we simply go on Google and we type the name of our motherboard. If you don't know your motherboard, you can always open CPUZ, go on mainboard, you can read here B450, Gaming Pro Carbon, Max Wi-Fi. So B450, right there. At this point, we just go on the official MSI website, and from here, going on support, we can just download our BIOS. After downloading it, we just need to unzip it and put it in a USB key, and now we can go ahead and actually update the BIOS. So see you in the BIOS. Here we are, let's go on mFlash since we have an MSI motherboard, and right here we select our BIOS file. And the flashing will begin. Now hopefully you don't have your electricity go off in this moment, or you will just break your PC, so let's hope mine doesn't go off. And just like that, the BIOS is updated. Now we can finally go ahead and dismount it. Now with the PC dismounted, we have to take off the GPU, take off the CPU, and flip this radiator. Get this thing off, because I don't know why it's there. Clean everything off. And then it's basically done. Much simpler said than done, obviously. But something tricky is the way they mounted this. So they basically put the screw on the back of the front fans, if that makes sense. So we'll have to take off the fans probably, and then to dismount everything. So let's get started. Okay, so little update. As you've seen, basically, I don't know how, but they screwed with a very small screwdriver the radiator into the back of the front fan, if that makes sense. A lot of effort for no reason. So we have two choices. We could either flip the front fans, put them in push-pull configuration, and get a lot of airflow, for sure. Or we could just remove the pull fans, so the inside ones, put them on the back, and make the PC much better looking. Now, since the Ryzen really doesn't draw that much power, we are just gonna put the fans on top. It's gonna be much better for aesthetic, but pretty unlucky to be fair, but I don't have such a thin screwdriver to go in and take them off. Pretty annoying. What even is this? Okay, time to do the actual CPU, so let's go ahead. Okay, so the paste is also completely gone, so that was probably part of why it was overheating. Then obviously the no airflow situation that was created contributed, but yes, this is part of it. CPU swap, finally. Let's take out the old Ryzen 5 3600 and we can finally put in our new Ryzen 5 3600. Okay, let's go ahead and apply some nice paste on it. Perfect. Let's mount this one back. Okay guys, we're having a ton of issues mounting this cooler. Let's go ahead and see what we can do about it. Okay, so I actually discovered the whole issue with this PC, and I will take a segment to show it to you because it's something that doesn't really happen. So it wasn't, so surprisingly, it wasn't the mixed airflow. It wasn't the bad paste. It was a mistake on the building of the all-in-one cooler. So it wasn't possible to slide in this screw over here. As you can see, it just wasn't possible. I even slightly damaged the motherboard by trying to do it. So I hope it still works, it probably will. But here is what happened. This thing looks symmetrical, but it's really not. And I will show you, okay? So this side is actually slightly bigger and this one is slightly smaller. So he inverted this, and so the cooler was mounted on a 3-point and the CPU was just overheating dramatically. So by simply swapping this, we fixed the whole PC. Do you understand? Perfect. GPU time, guys, GPU time. Here is our Gigabyte GPU. It's basically brand new. So I got it for a really, really good price. I can't stress this enough. Right here, pretty much brand new. Now, ideally, you should clean the PC before you put in the dirty GPU, if it makes sense. But this time, we're gonna make an exception and just build everything, try it out, and then later on clean everything up. Generally, you want to first clean everything up and then do the rest. Okay, so the PC is pretty much done, and we're gonna test it out quickly. Then it needs a very good cleanup, but yes, it's done. Hey guys, sorry for the light, but I was ready to go and sleep. However, I just figured out something. So this is the front panel of our case, and they applied an MSI sticker on top of it. Well, they still had to peel off the original thing. So the sticker was on top of it. Not very smart. Let's go to sleep. So guys, here we are the day after, and the PC is working. We are in Windows, everything is recognized, everything is working properly. Only issue is it's really dusty, so it's time to clean it off. So I say we go outside, take off the GPU in order not to dirty it, and start cleaning it. And finally, we have it all cleaned up, did some rough, very rough cable management. We can go ahead and close it up. First boot after having it fully finished. So it's time to tune it up well and nicely, and then start testing out and see the performance. And here we are after all the testing. In the end, we settled for a green look, by the way, because I discovered that the fans were not actually RGB, they were green LED only. So we just set the all-in-one and his fans to green, as well as the graphic card. So first off, give me an opinion on the look, but let's now cut to the testing. And this Ryzen 5 5600X really is a great gaming CPU. Actually, you probably don't need much more if you're strictly gaming. Of course, we'll first need to go on, enable the XMP and undervolt the CPU properly, which I have a tutorial for on the channel, but after that it performs great. We run a CPU-Z synthetic benchmark just to see the CPU performance, and that's simply great. You have it on the screen. Then we ran a quick Firestrike, and we actually got close to the top 1% with this kind of hardware configuration, and it is a pretty popular hardware configuration, Ryzen 5 and 3060, so I'm happy about it. But just goes to show how well everything is working together. Speaking of which, 3060 was running great and really cool, just like the CPU. The CPU, even under Prime 95, really wasn't reaching even 60 degrees. And same went for after the Firestrike test, where both the CPU and the GPU were extremely cool. Now the GPU is pretty much brand new. They gave it to me before. They gave it to me without ever using it, but we still undervolted it to lower the noise levels, lower the temperature, and keep the same performance. I have a tutorial for that one as well on the page in case you want to see it. I am trying to cover every single CPU and GPU in existence, but with that, even in games, it performed very, very well. So for example, I played quite a bit of Apex on this PC. I ended up actually winning the game with the bad connection I have in my studio, and it was really fun. It was easy to keep 144 Hz locked, and Apex is a bit heavier than Fortnite. You can actually lock in 240 on Fortnite performance mode easily, and in Warzone still you can get around 144. So I'm pretty happy about the gaming performance as well. So all in all, yes, it was a very much big pain to clean, but I'm pretty happy about how it came. I think we did the right choice by downgrading the GPU. Even economically, the whole build came out in the end to exactly $470, so I'm pretty happy about it. And I think it came out with the looks, with the performance, and being cool and quiet. So do let me know, would you have changed anything? And please drop a like and a sub, and stay tuned for the next videos. Bye.